But there's a story out there yesterday that has, provided a lot of talking points that LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul have a disdain for Steph Curry. When you hear that, does that surprise you?
It doesn't, because I think you can see it all the time. And I think you can see that last year when the Cavs came back and carrying it over into this year and the Halloween party and all that stuff, we've talked about this before, that it wasn't just somebody you'd go at. It was somebody that you almost resented. And I can understand LeBron going, like, you dudes really thought he was the best player in the world? You thought he was better than me? But I think it goes beyond that. And, Steph is an underdog story, and that's why it became so remarkable. And he really did kind of change what we thought was possible from guys and the way they would shoot in a game. So I think everybody just liked that, and I think other stars go, oh, wait a minute, so this is the guy? I mean, LeBron was never the underdog. Russ was the underdog in high school and coming into the NBA. We didn't really think he'd be this. Chris Paul wasn't. But then it starts to turn into this thing that I've found fascinating, in that if you have this amazing opportunity as a kid to grow up with an NBA parent, and that maybe you don't have the struggles that other people have around the NBA, that you're uncool. Like, it's not a cool thing to have his upbringing, which I think anybody, like, who wouldn't want an NBA dad? I mean, I like my dad, but he didn't play in the NBA, Yeah. So I don't know why it becomes so personal, but that's some of the stuff that comes up, and I go, that's a really bad reason to kind of resent somebody. And that's what it feels like, and it's been going on for a while. And a lot of it's the attention, but you know what? It's not like Russ hasn't gotten attention. It's not like LeBron hasn't gotten attention. I mean, Chris Paul's attention is mostly his shortcomings in the playoffs, even though I love him and I think he's a great player. But it's just very, very odd, and it seems like a waste of time.
It's so bizarre. I mean, it suddenly, within a year and a half, it's turned to be uncool with Steph Curry, which I don't get. I mean, you're a unanimous MVP. I understand LeBron.
But I think people resent him for the unanimous MVP, when it could have happened 2 other times if one guy at that time didn't make a ridiculous vote.
Again, it's not his fault. Like the same, it's not his fault who his parents are. You know what I mean? It's not his fault how he's playing. It's
Matt Damon. That was very good.
It's just so bizarre to me.
It's very Mean Girls plot.
It is kind of Mean Girls.
Well played.
Like the new kid comes in, let's bring him in and then shun them.
Yeah, it was fun when we didn't think you were a threat.
Yeah.
And now, wait a minute, you're winning MVPs, you get a ring.
Stealing all the boys.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, we're talking about Mean Girls now.
That's like Jamie
on
campus here.
Ryan is going to be back during the 10 o'clock hour Sports Center with much, much more. And as we mentioned, it is the final night of the NBA regular season. It's going to tip off on ESPN 8 Eastern with Paul George and the Pacers needing a win against the Hawks in order to clinch that playoff spot, and followed at 10:30 Eastern by the playoff-bound Blazers. They're hosting the Pelicans. Our coverage starts with NBA Countdown tonight at 7 Eastern on ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN app, and watch ESPN.